Hey guys, it's me Ashley on TPPL, and this week's theme is keeping your pet cool in the summer. And I'm going to be doing rabbits, and the challenge is to make a frozen small pet treat, and I'm going to be adding to the challenge and making myself something frozen or eating something frozen and cool to cool me off. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I am filming this outside, as you can see, and if you hear any background noise like wind and people, please ignore that because I am filming this outside. So yeah.
So the first reason to keep your rabbit cool is pretty obvious, and it's to refill their water bottle or their water dish several times a day. As you can see, this is pretty much empty, and this has been since the morning, which is a few hours, and Clover drank this all, and Honey's had a little bit of water, but I dumped it out. So yeah, refill it a couple times a day with cold water because it will keep them cooler, and it's just way better, and the water can get kind of gross, and it can grow bacteria in their water bottle and their water dish really easily. So I just really recommend you to refill it 2 to 3 times or more a day. The next good tip I'm going to give you is give your rabbit vegetables. Obviously they need a veg salad every single day, but I would recommend wetting the vegetables, like keeping them really wet instead of like drying them off. You should dry them off anyway, but you shouldn't dry them off anyway, but just keep them really, really wet, and feed vegetables like cucumber and other stuff because it's really watery. And don't feed it like really in large amounts, but this is going to 2 rabbits, so not all of this salad, but yeah. And just wet your greens and offer them to your rabbit, basically, and you can make different types of things with your treats. And yeah, so just basically make sure you're always giving them those salads. Try your hardest never to skip it during the summer months because it is really nice and cool for them to eat, and it's very yummy too. The next really, really good tip I'm going to give you guys is frozen water bottles. I take any pop bottle. 2-liter bottles work good for all day, like lunch, from the morning till lunch and early supper. And I use those when I have to go somewhere and when there's like no wind and everything. And you can freeze milk jugs, and you can freeze milk jugs, not the ones with the snap lids, the ones with the twist tops, and freeze them and give them to your rabbit in there. My rabbits, and you can also put a sock over it. I have 3 socks to put over mine. You can also put a sock over their water bottle, and it keeps it cooler. And yeah, my rabbits like to lick the wetness off of it, but some rabbits don't. And they, some rabbits prefer a more cuddlier version of a water bottle. This is really cold in my hands. So you can make it into a bottle bed, which is where you just take a sock, put it over it, and wrap a towel around it, and make it into a bed. And they'll lean against it and cool off. Don't stand it up, lean it like this, because then they can put their whole body on it. And it's very, very cool, and they can cool off. This is probably the best tip I can give you if you live somewhere really hot. So another really good tip is a ceramic tile. This is just a ceramic tile that I got from Home Depot. It has the price, or the skinny thing on it. And you can get these for really cheap at Home Depot or somewhere like that. I just got mine from Home Depot. And you can get these for like 97 cents or something, or like $1 or something. I think I got mine for like 98 cents or something. And they always stay cold, and you can stick this in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes, and it will stay really, really cold. And they will lay on this all day and just cool off and chill. And they really like it. And another tip I'm going to give you is you're supposed to groom your rabbit, unless it's a really long-haired rabbit. You're supposed to groom it every few days, or at least once a week. I would groom it a lot more in the summer because it's getting rid of their coat. And this is just the fur buster. If you can see that. And it gets rid of the hair easily, but so just groom the extra fur off them pretty often, and it will help keep them cool. Another tip I have for you guys is to basically, when it's really hot out, rabbits let off their heat by their ears. So by damping their ears, you can get your hand wet, not like dripping wet, but my hand's not wet right now. And Honey really wants to come out and just like wet their ears on the outside, and make sure it's not dripping wet, but like wet it and everything, and just like it will cool them off. Her ears are not hot anymore. Hot right now because it is windy. And yeah, you might hear that in the camera, so I'm sorry if the camera picks that up. But yeah, and just pet your rabbit. You can also pet them with water on your hand, and it will help cool them off quite a bit because they do light off the heat in their ears. Another thing I would really recommend is if your rabbit lives outside, this is more aimed to rabbits that live outside because it's a lot harder to keep them cool. This is just my, I think it's like 5.5 feet by 4 feet or 3.5 feet long rabbit run. So I really recommend you have a rabbit run on the grass, and they can cool off because the ground is really cool. Sorry for the background noise. And 2, it will keep them cool, and they can also munch on the grass, which they will absolutely love. I know my rabbits enjoy going in their run all the time. Or if you have a hutch that's like 2 levels, like Clover's hutch, which I'll show you in a minute, that's perfect because they can just lay on the grass all day. And if you could attach the run. Hi, Honey. Personally, my rabbits stay outside. Honey goes out in the morning till around early supper, so about 7 hours or so, and then Clover goes out till like 10 or 11 at night. All really depends because Honey doesn't have a run of her own and Clover does, so Clover gets less time in it, but I'm going to be building a bigger run soon, so yeah, look forward to that. And yeah. And another tip I'm I'm just going to give you is, if it's really hot outside, which I have failed to go to this too, but it also is really good bonding time for you and your rabbit, is just bring your rabbit inside for the day. Personally, our basement, the basement of our downstairs is really cool, and we also have cement underneath, rugs you can pull up. Hi, Clover! Aw, hi, bunny! We have rugs that can pull up in there, and that's where the hamster room is. And I just basically take an X-Pen, which is like a dog exercise, like little fence type thing, and I just put it down there and separate the bunnies, and they just hang out there for the day because they can lay on the cement, and it's really, really cool. And yeah, you just fill it with toys and some food and water, and you're ready to go, because you probably should do that if it's really, really hot out, because I would not recommend keeping a rabbit outside when it's really, really hot out. Like, I live in Canada, and it's not that hot out. Well, it kind of gets hot, but it's not as hot as, like, really where you're in the United States, and it's super, super hot. So, yeah, it's just another tip. So, yeah, those are, like, mainly the tips for outside. And a good website to go look for tips is InkyBunny.com. That's where I first got some of these tips. There's other tips on there, too, but I'm just going to tell you a few more. So, if your rabbit lives inside, I would really recommend you to get an air conditioner. You can get a portable one, and it's really great. You can put it in your rabbit room and stuff. You can also take a sheet, like a light sheet, and put it over half of their cage. Don't put it over the whole thing, and spray it with a spray bottle so it's damp. And then, yeah, basically, and then you put a little fan on it, and it will keep them cool all day. You really don't have to really worry about your rabbit being hot in the summer inside, because if you're living there, usually you're pretty much fine. And yeah, so that's basically, yeah. So if you have any questions, just tell me. So yeah, let's get on with the amazing challenge. Okay, so the challenge is to make a frozen small pet treat, and this is called, like, a bun pop or something. Well, not really a bun pop, because there's no stick to it, but this is like a frozen bunny treat, so, yeah, you're going to need a ice cube tray. It doesn't really matter. This one's made for the rabbits because, I don't know, this is just one I have for the rabbits because it's theirs, and it's kind of broken. So, yeah, you're going to need a knife, and at least 2 different types of vegetables. You can use fruit, but I'm going to be using vegetables because it's healthier, and I'm going to be using baby carrots, so don't have bigger carrots, so baby carrots, and 3 of them I'm using, and some cucumber. So, and I think I'm going to grab an apple too. So, you're also going to need an apple if you want to do what I'm doing. Now that you have all your ingredients, kind of, you're going to want to cut off a section of what you want. So, I don't want that much cucumber. And you're going to basically just wash them. So, I'm not going to show you this in the clip because it's kind of boring, but yeah, just wash your ingredients. So now you're just going to want to dry them off. You're going to dry them off because it's a lot easier to cut them. Well, I don't really know, but yeah, it's easier to dry them off, I guess. And so now you're just going to just cut them up. So now that you have your 3 different types, or at least 3 different types, or 2, whatever, types of fruits and veggies, I just have a small amount of apple here, like maybe a few 10 pieces, I don't know, but they're really small, like that small. And then I have a bunch of cucumber and some carrots. So you're just going to basically, if this isn't clean, rinse it out or wash it out. You can just rinse it out, but yeah, you're just going to basically want to fill up your ice cube tray. You can do this before or after with the water, it doesn't really matter, but just put how much you want in each ice cube and how many you want to make. So this is just what it basically looks like. You can just put how much you want in each thing, each little ice cube thing. So that's what it looks like. And now you're just going to want to get some cold water. So now that I got my glass of cold water, it's just right here, you're going to want to just fill your ice cube tray. You can fill it up at the top, or you can just do what I'm doing. I kind of wanted to film this, but I had to, So I'm just going to be pouring it in. I don't have a cup with a spout because I don't have a cup with a spout. I can't find a measuring cup, so let's just see because how this works. So just basically fill them up almost to the top so that they're covering the food. Okay, so this is just what they look like. I put a little bit too much water in some of them, as you can see, you probably tell. You can just play with it. Some people put like apple juice or something in them. I've done that before, and I've actually made a video of it a long time ago. But yeah, so that's just basically done. You just stick them in the freezer for a few hours and give them to your buns.
So yeah, that was this week's challenge on TPPL. So if you want to do the challenge, just leave it as a video response down below, and we would love to watch it. So yeah, and I'm going to be adding to this challenge, kind of, not really a challenge, but I'm going to be eating an ice pop or a popsicle, whatever you want to call it. So yeah. So thanks for watching, guys, and leave me to eat my lovely popsicle. Yum. Bye.